Thomas Edison, the man who never gave up. Thomas Alva Edison was born in 1847 in a small town in the United States. From a very young age, he was different from other children. He was curious, full of energy, and always asking questions about the world around him. While other children played quietly, Thomas wanted to understand how things worked. He took apart objects, observed nature, and searched for answers in books. This curiosity would shape his entire life. When Thomas went to school, his teachers did not understand him. He had difficulty sitting still and following traditional lessons. He wanted to experiment instead of memorizing information. After only a short time, his teacher told his mother that Thomas was too slow and unable to learn properly. This moment could have ended his future, but instead, it became the beginning of something powerful. Thomas's mother, Nancy Edison, believed deeply in her son. She was a former teacher and decided to educate Thomas at home. In this supportive environment, Thomas was free to learn at his own pace. He read many books, explored science, and performed simple experiments. His mother constantly encouraged him and told him that being different was not a weakness. Her belief gave Thomas confidence and courage that stayed with him for the rest of his life. As Thomas grew older, his interest in science became stronger. He built a small laboratory in his home, where he spent hours experimenting with chemicals and mechanical ideas. Many of his experiments failed, and some were even dangerous, but failure never discouraged him. Instead, he saw every mistake as a lesson. To Thomas, failure was not a sign to stop, but a sign to try again, in a different way. At the age of 12, Thomas began working as a newspaper seller on a train. This experience taught him important lessons about people, business, and communication. He listened to passengers, observed their habits, and learned how information moved between cities. During this time, he even printed his own small newspaper on the train, showing early signs of his creativity and entrepreneurial spirit. One unfortunate accident changed Thomas's life forever. While experimenting with chemicals on the train, a fire broke out. As a result, Thomas was thrown off the train and slowly began to lose his hearing. Many people would have seen this as a tragedy, but Thomas later said that his deafness helped him concentrate better. Instead of feeling sorry for himself, he adapted and continued working with even greater focus. As a young man, Thomas learned telegraphy and worked as a telegraph operator. This job introduced him to electricity and communication technology, two fields that would define his future. He spent long nights studying machines, fixing equipment, and improving systems. His dedication and problem-solving skills soon made him known as a talented inventor. Thomas Edison's life changed when he moved to Menlo Park, where he created the world's first industrial research laboratory. Unlike inventors before him, Thomas worked with a team of researchers who tested ideas every day. This laboratory became a place of constant experimentation, where success and failure lived side by side. It was here that Thomas focused on one of his greatest dreams, creating a practical electric light. Inventing the light bulb was not easy. Thomas and his team tested hundreds of materials to find a filament that would last long enough. Again and again, the bulb failed. People criticized him and said he was wasting his time. When asked about his many failures, Thomas calmly replied that he had not failed, but simply found many ways that did not work. His persistence finally paid off when the light bulb successfully stayed lit. The invention of the electric light changed the world. Streets became safer, homes became brighter, and industries grew rapidly. Thomas Edison became famous, but he never believed that success came from talent alone. He famously said that genius was mostly hard work. Even after his success, he continued inventing, creating devices like the phonograph, and contributing to the motion picture industry. Despite his achievements, Thomas Edison's life was not perfect. He worked long hours, often at the cost of his personal life. He faced competition from other brilliant minds, including Nikola Tesla. Their disagreements about electrical systems became legendary. Still, both men played important roles in shaping modern technology. In his later years, Thomas Edison continued experimenting, even as his health declined. His curiosity never disappeared, and his passion for discovery remained strong until the end of his life. When he passed away, the world lost one of its greatest inventors, but his legacy lived on. Thomas Edison is remembered not only for his inventions, but for his attitude toward failure. He showed the world that success is built on persistence, curiosity, and belief. His life teaches us that failure is not the opposite of success, but a necessary part of it. And above all, he reminds us that giving up is the only true failure.